Welcome to this edition of the Dean's Video Newsletter. Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about all the excellent things that are happening in the course of this next month in terms of our graduation programs and commencements. This is a really important time of year for many of our students, whether it be dentistry, medicine, or undergraduate or graduate students. This is the ending of this piece of their formal education and moving on to the next part of their careers. So we have several very important dates coming forward. There's the Meds Convocation, which is going to be held on the 18th of May, and then that's followed shortly thereafter by the Dentistry Convocation on the 20th of June. These are seminal times for each of these individuals, each of the students and their parents and their loved ones to celebrate a real achievement. It's also this year, particularly at our Meds Convocation, we're going to be welcoming back one of our alumni who's going to receive an honorary doctorate. So Dr. John Noteworthy will be joining us. For those of you who don't know John, I've known him for many years. He was one of my teachers, actually, as a neurology resident trainee here. And I can tell you, I didn't submit the nomination. I was just absolutely pleased to see that it came forward as one of our successful ones. John is now the CEO of the Mayo Clinic. And that's not just the Rochester group, that's the entirety of the Mayo Clinic organization throughout the United States. Mayo Clinic is often held as being one of the examples for how we actually study medicine, how we look at results, how we look at translating into the community. But if you go back in the histories, major area of epidemiology and biostats also in there. So to have come through that system, having been the chief of neurology there, and then to move on into the CEO's role, speaks volumes about John and the training that he's had beforehand. So it's wonderful to welcome him back here with us. Next point of real interest for us is something new that we're doing this year for our convocations, and that'll be a live streaming. The information will be on this webcast for you, so you can actually look and see where it is that you can hook up to that. Something unique, but it'll allow an opportunity for those of you who can't make it here. You'll be able to follow that along with it. As we've talked about a little bit in the past, this is also a very special year on our Windsor campus. You don't often, as I mentioned in the last video, in fact you only get to do it once, to actually celebrate the first class graduating in a charter class. So that's what's happening here. Our medical students in Windsor, this is the first group that is actually going to have completed the entirety of their medical training at the MD level in Windsor, from stem to stern. So first people on the ground, first people out, having graduated from there. A lot of things going on in Windsor to celebrate this. I have to really congratulate the Windsor community for how everybody has fallen into line in the sense of helping to support this. The support we're hearing from the mayor's office, from the community, from the hospitals, from out into our distributed medical education network, from the staff in the Windsor campus. It's actually been awesome just to see how much has gone into this. There's a tremendous video of the students themselves and the congratulations, which I know will be on the website, and you'll be able to see that for it. It's a unique opportunity. The next thing I'd like to touch base on with you are our Dean's Awards of Excellence. This year we had a stellar roster of individuals being submitted as candidates for the variety of awards, and these are awards that go through from everything from our teaching excellence through to our administrators and support staff, people who without their level of excellence and committed to this school, we would have a very, very difficult time. It will come as no surprise to everybody as the size of this faculty with the sheer number of support to all of our professoriate, support as well to our teachers on the clinical side, to all of our students. This does really require a lot of very dedicated and committed people to make it work. It's wonderful as an organization to be able to celebrate excellence. And so I've seen the roster of individuals now who are going to receive these awards. Tremendously pleased, as I'm sure all of you will be as well when you see this. So we welcome you to it. It's on May the 16th. It's a wonderful evening. It does not go on forever. For those of you like me who like to kind of maybe 2 or 3 hours get in together, it'll be just about that long. And it's a great time. So come on out, celebrate this with your colleagues, with your friends, and even with people that you don't know in the faculty to see the richness of expertise that we've got here. Finally, there's always great news that's going on within our faculty. We have individuals who are tremendously successful in their careers, in their research, recognized by their peer groups. It's going on every day. But it's particularly nice now to recognize 3 individuals who have received accolades both within our internal community as well as externally. So the first of those would be Dr. Terry Peters, who is receiving the Helmuth Award, the major award for research that our university provides. It does not get better than this. So to Terry, who's a colleague who I've known for many years, congratulations on this. It's a rich recognition of how valuable your research has been to the world and to our community as well. The next person that I'd like to recognize is Dr. Andrea Lum. Andrea has just recently received the CCPE, which is the certification from the Canadian Society of Physician Executives. This is a new society that's been put together to help develop the next generation of executive leaders within our physician cadres. You might sound or think that this is something that happens just overnight and it's quite easy to do. It actually isn't. Most of us who move through these stages of our careers haven't actually been prepared well for them. We've had a lot of mentoring, we've learned from a variety of courses and things, but to actually have a national organization that says being a physician leader, being an executive in the physician cadre is a defined set of characteristics is unique. So congratulations to Andrea. She's our first to have gone through and received that. It also gives me tremendous pleasure to recognize Dr. Harinder Sandhu. So he's been selected as the ADEA Sunstar Americas Inc. Harry W. Bruce Jr. Legislative Fellow. What does that mean? Actually, Harinder, during his sabbatical year, is going to be taking time off to actually do a legislative fellowship, understanding policy development, working in Washington. This is an incredibly coveted position to get. I believe he's the first Canadian, certainly the first from amongst our faculty, to have ever received this award. Absolute kudos for him. To get that, he'll be bringing back a wealth of knowledge to us on policy development. Harinder, congratulations on this. It's wonderful. What are we going to talk about next time we get together? That's not that far off. These things move along fairly quickly. As you know, we have a new Vice Dean Research and Innovation, Dr. Denise Figlowitz, who joined us in early March. Denise has clearly been running at full speed to get up to the speed of what we do here at our university and understand all the challenges that we have in hand. So let's talk to her. We're going to have an interview next time where Denise and I will sit down and have a discussion about where does she see the research imprint and the innovation imprint of our faculty going, not only within our faculty itself, but within the university, and most definitely on the much larger plateau, which is how are we going to compete internationally and move forward. I look forward to seeing you then. In the meantime, I look forward to seeing a lot of you at our convocations where possible, and certainly for our Awards of Excellence. I really do want to see you there. So enjoy, and see you in a month.